Good morning, everyone. So I am gonna pre-record our beautiful Monday class that unfortunately we weren't able to sit together live for. However, I'm seeing this as an opportunity to show you the quality of a pre-recorded video. So you can actually tell that there's a big difference. And what's really exciting is that as this week and next week progresses, I'll be filming more of these pre-recorded classes that are going to go into an archive. So we'll have all of our class replays and we'll have pre-recorded classes. So if something like this morning happens and we can't get on live, there should always be a backup of classes in the archive that you actually haven't taken yet. And of course, also they'll have, the archive will have all of our pre-recorded classes so that those are easy to access. So that again, you know, if you're wanting a class at a time where I'm not teaching live, or something like this morning happens where we weren't able to get on live together, which was a total bummer. You can go into the archive and you can find one of these pre-recorded classes. And I'm loving the quality of these pre-recorded classes. They look absolutely beautiful, like almost real life. So it's one of those, you know, there's sort of pluses and minuses to everything. And with pre-recorded classes, we don't have the internet problem and we get the beautiful quality. So let's go ahead and begin. This week we are moving our way toward headstand. So you'll see a little bit of headstand drills in today's practice. And today's practice is just, we're starting to explore little exercises that prepare you, body and mind, for your headstand. So you might already have a headstand, and this would be really helping you to perfect the strength of your body, so that maybe you're wanting to progress from your headstand to an elbow stand, or from your headstand to a different variation of headstand or a handstand or something of that nature. Essentially, these drills that we'll be working with this week are really designed to help strengthen your body for any inversion. But I like to start with headstands as the first inversion that we do. And don't feel like you have to get the headstand necessarily this week. We will give you that opportunity to move into that peak pose on Saturday. And of course, those of you who have a really solid headstand practice already, you're welcome to play around with it all week, of course. But even myself, who's been doing these inversions for many, many years, I always love when I get a chance to break it all down, because your body and your brain, it benefits from sort of that review and going back to the basics. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We'll just take the hands down for some grounding, okay? So turning the palms down, we're gonna let the eyelids rest down also over your eyes, and just begin to breathe here, taking nice deep breaths in and long breaths out. Maybe giving it a nice sighing breath out through your mouth. And then we'll start to prepare the lungs with our 4-count breath. So we'll be breathing in for 4 as I count. We're gonna pause, breathing out for 4 as I count. We'll pause, and we'll do that for 3 rounds. Let's take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and pause your breath. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and pause. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and pause. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and pause. One more round. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and pause. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and pause. Take a deep breath in and then hold your breath at the top. Sip in a little more breath. A little bit more, hold it. And as you exhale, breathe out nice and slow. Maybe pausing your breath at the bottom and returning to a natural, normal rhythm of breath. And then what I'd like to invite you to do today and throughout the week is to really begin reflecting on where you might enjoy a shift in your perception, or maybe a flip in your script. I love this about inversions. It takes our perspective upside down, and it really presents an opportunity to look at how we're perceiving things and to make a choice. Is that serving me? Is that working well for me? Is that moving me in the direction that I want to go? Or could I benefit from a different perception here, a different perspective? Maybe I need to flip the script on this, and maybe there's a different story you want to start telling about something in particular. So take a moment to contemplate on that. And let's set a collective intention that wherever we might benefit from a shift in our perception, our perspective, right? Anywhere and everywhere that we might benefit from a flip in our script, right? Telling a different story, a new story, that we might get that insight, okay? We might start to see what that is and where that is. And we might start to feel that guidance and that direction and that inspiration to make those shifts, right? To flip those scripts, okay? So we'll just take one more breath here. Sigh it out through the mouth. And then we're gonna bring ourselves back into downward facing dog. So go ahead, roll forward, tuck those toes and lift your tailbone up, up, up. I want you to feel that your kneecaps are lifting up your legs, that you're rooting down through all four corners of your hands, and that you're actually experiencing more of a stretch here through the back of your neck, and that your cheeks are becoming more and more soft with each breath. So relaxing all the muscles through your face. And then maybe just sink your heels down like a little tiny extra bit. And then we'll rise up onto the tippy toes. Inhale, rising up to those tippy toes. Exhale, sink the heels down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, rising up to your tippy toes. Exhale, sink your heels. Last one, inhale, rising up to your tippy toes. Exhale, sink your heels. And as you inhale, begin to walk your hands back toward your feet. And as you exhale, fold down your legs and catch opposite elbows. Let the head completely relax. If you need to bring a soft bend into your knees to feel a deeper experience in your hamstrings, go ahead and do that. And if you need to straighten the knees to get a better sense of feedback or stretch here in the legs, go ahead and do that. And I like to move a little here, maybe a little side to side action. And then we'll take the hands down toward the ground. Inhale, lift your gaze halfway. Exhale, fold down the legs. We're gonna root to rise. Inhale, press through the feet, sweep your arms up. Exhale, take the right arm down and reach the left arm over. So we're moving into this nice side stretch. Inhale, pressing through the feet, reach the right arm up. Exhale, take it over to the left. So really anchor down through those feet. Inhale, sweep your left arm up. Exhale, hands come down, forward fold. Inhale, lift your gaze halfway. Exhale, walk yourself to plank pose. Okay, so first little core exercise. We'll take this right knee toward your chest and then just hold it here. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, step it back to your plank. Exhale, pull your left knee to your chest and hold it. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, step to plank. As you exhale, let the knees come down for tabletop. And as you inhale, start to arch your back, moving into that cow shape. Exhale, moving into your cat shape, rounding out your back. Twice more. Inhale, begin to arch your back. Open up your belly. Lift your tailbone, lift your heart. Exhale, rounding it out. You want to hollow out through the belly and open up your back. Relax your neck. One more round. Here we go. Inhale, arching the back. Exhale, rounding it out. Inhale, coming into a nice flat back. And as you exhale, extend this right leg back. So similar to what we just did on our plank, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, pull your knee to your nose and you're going to hold it here. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, extend it back, lift your heart. Again, exhale, knee to nose. We're going to hold it. 3, 2, 1. One more time. Inhale, take it back, lift your heart. Exhale, knee to nose, bring it through, hold it here. You want to really pull this knee in, push down through your hands. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, extend that leg back, lift your heart. Exhale, release your knee. Very nice. So we'll come into that other side here in a moment. Take your left hand underneath your face and stretch your right arm up. Nice big twist, looking toward this top hand. Deep breath in, long breath out. We're going to try to inhale, come up to your knees, and we're going to stay in this twist. Okay, so move the right hip forward and the right hand back. Look towards your back hand. 3, 2, 1. So you can either stay here or take your right hand to your right heel. Inhale, sweep your left hand up. Move the hips forward and anchor down through your knees. 3, 2. As you exhale, windmill your hands back to the floor. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. So we'll go to that left side here in just a moment. Inhale, reach your right leg up. As you exhale, bend your knee, open up your hip. So you might circle the ankle, wiggle the toes. So depending on what time of day you're doing this, you might feel already quite warm. And if not, if you're feeling a little bit more stiff, just take some time to maybe circle that hip around. And then as you inhale, straighten this right leg, square off your hip. As you exhale, pull your knee towards your nose here in your plank. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Step in between your hands. Very nice. Let's take your back knee to the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Anjaneyasana. We're here for 3. Square off your shoulders, square off your hips. 2. As you exhale, releasing your hands down to frame your foot. Tuck your back toe. Inhale, stepping to the top of your mat, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, folding down your legs. Let's root to rise. Inhale, pressing through the feet. Sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. We go right back down. Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. You lift halfway. Exhale, step to your plank pose, and we pause here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, pull this right knee to your chest. We're gonna hold it here. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, step back to plank pose. Exhale, pull your left knee to your chest. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, step back to your plank. Exhale, lower your knees to the mat. So you're back in your tabletop. Here we go. Inhale, arching through your spine. We're taking this cat-cow for another spin. Exhale, rounding out your back. 2 more like that. Inhale, arch your spine, find that back bend. Exhale, round it out. 1 more time. Inhale, moving into that back bend, open up your belly. Exhale, rounding it all out. Beautiful. Inhale, come into a nice flat back. And then exhale, take your left leg back. Taking a nice deep breath in, lift your heart. As you exhale, bring this knee through to your nose. So really push down into the floor. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, sending it back. Lift your head, lift your heart. Exhale, knee to nose. Push into your mat. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, extending it back. Lift, lift, lift. Last one. Exhale, knee to nose. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Inhale to extend the leg. Lift the heart. Exhale, release your left knee down. So let's take the knees a little bit wider than your hips. We'll take the right hand down underneath your face and stretch your left hand to the sky. You can even circle this wrist out. Stretching the arms in opposite directions. And then as we inhale, we'll come to stand up on the knees and just maintaining this twist. So the left hip moves forward, the left hand moves back. Let's spin the gaze to look back. Relax your shoulders. 3, 2. So you can stay here or take your left fingertips to your left heel and stretch your right arm up. So you're going to move your hips forward. Really anchor down to your knees. 3, 2, another deep breath in. Exhale, windmill your hands to the ground. And we'll go ahead and tuck your toes, coming into downward facing dog. And just take a breath here as you arrive. Inhale to lift your left leg up, up, up. Let's bend that knee, open up the hip, relax your head and neck. And if you want to take those little wiggles in your toes, circles in your ankle, or maybe circles in your hip, here you go. Squaring off your chest. Inhale, straighten this left leg, square off your hip. And as you exhale, pull this knee through to your nose, just like we did in tabletop. Knee to nose, hold it here. 3, 2, 1. Step in between your hands. Whoo. Let's take a moment, bring this back knee down to the floor. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. As you exhale, just rooting down through the front foot and the back knee, pulling your left hip back and your right hip forward, just so your hips are side by side. Yeah, we're here for 3, 2, and as you exhale, releasing your hands down to frame your foot. Tuck your back toes. Inhale, step to the top of your mat. Exhale, fold down your legs. Let's root to rise. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. As you exhale, release your hands down by your sides. Very nice. So we'll change it up a little bit, but as you can see, we're doing a lot of core strengthening, a lot of strengthening through the arms, which is essential for any inversion. Inhale, sweeping arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. As you exhale, step back into your plank pose. We're going to take this first vinyasa. Take a deep breath in. Either you come to your chaturanga or you lower to your belly. Inhale, upward dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. So always be mindful. If you have an injury or something that you're working through in your body, go slower, modify where you need to modify. Always honor the body in that way. Okay, we're here for 3, 2, and as you exhale, release your knees down. So we're just adding on to our little vinyasa here. Come down onto your elbows and then hug opposite biceps, okay? So you just want to take your hands and wrap them across the opposite bicep. So we make sure that our hands and our shoulders are shoulder distance apart. So you don't want your elbows to come wider than your shoulders, okay? So hugging opposite biceps, and then we'll replace the hands down. Here we are. Placing the hands down, tuck your toes and start to lift up into a downward dog position. If your hamstrings are tight, you may need to bend the knees. So if you can see me here, my knees are pretty bent. And then you can start to explore. So if it's available, you'll start to lift the tailbone up, straighten the legs, and relax your head. And just notice how this feels in your body. Notice if you're shaking or if your hamstrings feel tight. Again, if the hamstrings are tight, let the knees bend. Now really anchor down through your elbows. Push down into the floor and relax your head. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Just slowly let those knees come down. Relax your bum back to your heels. Take your hands by your feet and relax your third eye to the mat. Taking a couple of breaths to just let the arms rest. 3, 2, and 1. Let's make our way back into downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in and a long breath out. Inhale, right leg to the sky. As you exhale, bend your knee, open up your hip. Let's go ahead and look under that left arm. Yes, it's a nice deep twist in your spine. Inhale, extend your right leg up, square off your hip. Exhale, knee to nose. 2 more. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. 1 more time. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. And then step in between your hands and pause. Take a beat. Inhale, rising up, high lunge. So little progression here. Stay with me. We're here for 3. Square those hips off. 2. And as you exhale, step to the top of your mat. Hands to your heart. Very nice. Release your hands down. Take a breath. Inhale, Surya Namaskar A. Sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step, walk, or jump back your way. Take that second vinyasa. You can take chaturanga or come to your belly. Inhale, upward chest. Exhale, downward chest. Just come back to your breath here. Relax your head. Relax your neck. Perfect. All right, release those knees down. So we're gonna try this again. Come down onto your elbows, catch a hold of opposite biceps, and then replace your hands nice and flat onto the ground. Tuck your toes, lift your tailbone up. It's a down dog on your forearms. This time we're gonna look towards the middle of our hands and doing your best to straighten out your knees. And then just let your head relax down. So press the elbows into the floor. Only straighten out your knees all the way if that's accessible. And even if your knees are bent, okay, you're still reaching your tailbone up, lifting up on your kneecaps. 3, 2, 1. Slowly release your knees back to the ground. Sit your bum back onto your heels. Take your hands back by your feet and relax your head. Beautiful. Now just stay with a nice easy breath here. Let the arms and the shoulders completely relax. And then we'll make our way back up into downward facing dog. Here we go. So it's gonna feel like a pretty big workout for your core and your upper body. And I get that. And that's why we're kind of easing into it throughout the week, so that by the time we get to Saturday and we get to that peak pose, you're, if nothing else, just feeling so much stronger and stable in your body. Let's inhale, lift this left leg up, 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 and then we're gonna bend that knee and open up that hip. Let's look under the right arm this time. Really pull the belly button in as you do this. Inhale, straighten the left leg, square off your hip. And as you exhale, pull this knee toward your nose. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, send that left leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Got to kind of round your upper back a little bit. Inhale, last one. Exhale, as the knee comes through, you push your hands down, hollow out your belly. Let's step in between your hands. And just pause here for a moment. Rising up, high lunge. Inhale, root to rise. So you want to focus on length through the front of this back hip and thigh, okay? Arms reach up. Squaring off your hips, squaring off your shoulders. We'll take one more nice deep breath in. Exhale, step to the top of your mat, hands to your heart. Let your hands relax down. Close your eyes for a moment and take a breath. Okay, bringing a soft gaze back into the room. Inhale, sweeping our arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Vinyasa, step, walk, or jump back. Inhale, upward facing chest. Exhale, downward facing chest. And just come to rest here in your downward facing dog. Maybe give it a sighing exhale. And then coming onto your knees here. So I'm going to show you this from the side and from the front, okay? So the first one is from the side. You're going to interlace the fingers and bring them behind the head, okay? And then you'll pull your elbows in about shoulder distance. So interlacing the fingers and then bringing the hands behind your head, okay? And then you'll bring your elbows in shoulder distance. So I want you to imagine that your forearms, okay, are on the mat. And you're gonna push your forearms into the floor. So you'll see that, right? As I push, the arms lift. So lifting your forearms up toward the ceiling. Try not to pull on your head. Keep your head only just lightly in your hands. And holding here. 3, 2, 1. So just relax your shoulders for a moment. Inhale, open the elbows, lift the heart, look up. Exhale, you can round your spine, draw your elbows in. Inhale, arching your back, lift your heart, open your elbows. Exhale, round your back, tuck your head, pull your elbows in. One more time, inhale, open. Exhale, round. Now inhale, come to sit tall, and then one more time, make sure those elbows are shoulder distance apart. Relax so you don't have some big tight grip on the back of your head, okay? It's just a very light positioning of the hands on the back of the head, and then lift your forearms up, up, up towards the ceiling, up, 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 like you're pushing them down into the ground for 3, 2, and 1. Relax your shoulders, and just relax your arms. So let's take the hands down onto the thighs, flip your palms up. Take a moment to just close your eyes and notice what you're feeling through your arms. Notice what you're feeling through your shoulders. Beautiful. Let's come back into downward facing dog. Taking yourself back here. Let's just shake the head out for a moment. A little bit no, a little bit yes, a little bit no, a little bit yes. And as you inhale, start to walk your hands back, back, all the way back until you're folding down here over your legs. And just like we did at the very beginning of class, you'll catch opposite elbows and just hang. So the idea here is to release the neck and the arms of any pressure, any weight, and just let the head completely hang heavy and the neck relax for 3, 2, and 1. Releasing your hands down. Inhale, look up halfway. And as you exhale, start to heel toe your feet as wide as your mat. Spin your toes out just a little bit. Turn your heels in and come down into your Malasana squat. So I know that you've heard me say this before. The modification here would be coming halfway down and just resting the elbows here on the thighs. Otherwise, hands are at the heart. Elbows slide down inside the knees, and we stay super buoyant there through the tailbone, through the pelvic floor. Pull the belly button in. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, so 2 options here. You can stay as you are in your squat. You can bring your hands to the mat, okay? And what we're gonna actually do is just a little fun little, from here, just a little kick, okay? So you just roll up to the balls of your feet, hands down, roll through the balls of your feet, push off the balls of your feet, kick your heels to your bum. So it's like a little Shakti kick, okay? A couple more. We'll do 1 more. Come back into your squat. Take a deep breath in, long breath out, and then walk your hands towards your plank pose. Good, finding this beautiful plank. So coming onto our elbows here, so our forearms here, in your plank pose. And you want to think about your plank just like how we did that forearm down dog, keeping your biceps within reach, okay, of opposite hand, so shoulder distance apart. And you'll tap your right knee to the mat. Inhale, exhale, lift. Tap your left knee, exhale, lift. Here we go, right and left. Switch, right and left. Good, 1 more each side, right and left. Hold it here, and then try to tippy toe, kind of walking your feet closer toward your elbows, and just getting them as far up your mat as you can, even if your knees are a little bit bent, and relax your head. So the idea is to try to get your feet as close to your body as possible, and either you're gonna stay right here, or you're gonna maybe come to child's pose if you need a rest, or you're gonna squeeze your right heel up to your bum. Pull your right knee into your chest and your right heel into your bum for 3, 2, 1. Slowly release that right foot down and then switch sides. So remember, if your shoulders start to hurt in any way, take a break, okay? Hugging this left knee into your chest, hugging this left heel into your bum. Push your elbows into the mat, relax your head. 3, 2, 1. Release that left foot. Slowly walk your feet back down your mat, and we're gonna let your knees and your hips rest to the floor. Hallelujah, right? Okay, so let's make sure that your elbows are shoulder distance apart and your hands are flat. We'll come into our Sphinx pose, push down through your forearms. So here's that same movement that I keep talking about, right? Forearms push down into the mat, draw the elbows back, lift your chest. 3, root your pubic bone into the mat and squeeze your legs. 2, and 1. Let's slowly release yourself down, and we'll go ahead and stretch these shoulders out just a little bit, okay? Take your right hand out to the side. So I'm gonna show you this way here. Right arm comes out to the side. Okay, left palm is underneath your left shoulder, and you'll press through that left hand and come onto the right side of your body so that your legs are stacked. Okay, I'm gonna turn around here. So we've got right arm out to the side, left arm is the one steering the pose. And if you would like more, make sure you're resting here on the right side of your face. If you want more, lift this left knee and then step this left foot just behind that right leg. So you're starting to rotate those hips up toward the sky. It's a bit of a twist combined with the shoulder opener. We're here for 3. It helps to plug your belly button back toward your spine. 2. And as you inhale, just slowly come back to your belly. Bring your right hand underneath your right shoulder and extend your left arm out to the side. Push through your right hand, come onto the left side of your body. So we're stacking the feet. Okay, you're resting down on the left side of your face. If you want more, lift the right knee, step behind the left leg and start to rotate your hips up toward the sky. Pull the belly button in, deep breaths. 3, especially breathing all the way up into your collarbones, getting breath into the very high lungs. And then slowly come on back to your belly. Inhale. As you exhale, take your hands underneath your shoulders. So you could either inhale, come into your baby cobra here, or inhale, come into your upward facing dog. And as you exhale, you'll make your way back to down dog. Come back to your breath. Nice deep breath in, long breath out. Awesome. All right, so from here, very similar to what we just did, you're gonna pull this right knee into your chest. Good. Now what we'll do is a little rock forward. See if you can touch this right knee to the very high part of your tricep, and then come back. Keep the knee hugged into your chest. Okay, inhale, bring it forward, tap the knee to the tricep. Exhale, take it back, but keep hugging this right knee into your chest. One more, inhale. Exhale. Good, as you inhale, straighten this right leg all the way up to the sky, and then you can bend the knee, open the hip, and let's try to flip this dog if it feels available. Okay, just an option, okay, never a requirement, only if it feels good, only if it makes sense in your body. It's a nice counter shape to all of that hip flexor work, right? Inhale, come back, 3-legged dog. So that right leg is up. As you exhale, step to the outside of your right hand, and we'll bring your back knee to the floor. So you want your hands to come inside the foot. You want to make sure that your right foot is now over toward the edge of your mat. okay? Inhale, push down through your hands, lift your chest like you do in your baby cobra or your upward dog. And as you exhale, we'll come down to the outside elbow first. So come down to your left elbow first, okay? If it's available, you'll come also down to your right elbow. You're gonna hold it here. Now you might even rock a little here to the outer edge of that foot. Stay long through your spine. 3, 2, and then we'll inhale, come right back up to your hands. Okay, so make sure you get off your kneecap right here in the back leg. Now this could be where you are today. You could just be working here to bend the knee. Some of you might want a little bit more here, and you can sweep the right hand up and just find that little twist. Or maybe reach back and try to find the foot. And if you get the foot, then start to bring that foot in a little bit toward your hips. Now be mindful not to dump the hips. Keep a nice buoyant sensation in the hips. And sometimes I like to even rotate a little towards the right here. And then we'll slowly bring yourself out. Okay, so as we inhale, lift this back knee. Listen up, you're gonna take this right foot and slide it all the way to the back of your mat, and then spin your heels to the left and take the right hand to the sky. Now you might work here today with your left knee down, okay, under that left hip. If you're here, I want you to keep your left foot crossed behind your right. And then you're gonna take that left knee, bring it through and tap the hand. 1, send it back. 2, we're going to 5, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, come back to your plank. Make your way through your vinyasa or find your child's pose. We'll come back to that downward facing dog. Just take a breath, take a beat, take a pause. And then come down to your knees for just a moment. I'm just gonna check the time, make sure we're on track here. So let's turn the palms up again. Have a moment to just rest your eyes. And remember that little interlacing of the fingers, right? And we did this and we brought it behind the head and we found that shoulder distance apart of the elbows. We're gonna do the same thing, but upside down. Okay, we are not coming into headstand. We're not coming into headstand. So it's very important, unless you have a very solid headstand practice, that you don't try to come in too soon, because you can injure the neck and you can just use the wrong muscles and it's not worth it, okay? So bringing the elbows down here, find opposite biceps, and then interlace your fingers, just like we did when we were seated. You're gonna bring the crown of the head down to the ground and then just lightly cup the back of your head with your hands, very lightly. Good, now just feel this here. Push down through your forearms so it's like your head comes off the floor, okay? Little lift and then lower. Lower the head back to the ground. Inhale, push through your forearms, lift your head off the ground. Exhale, just to lower and tap the head. 2 more like that. Inhale, press through your elbows, lift your head off the ground. Exhale, little tap. 1 more. Inhale, lift the head. Exhale, tap. Very good. Now inhale, lift the head, keep your head off the mat. See if you can tuck your toes and come into that same little down dog we did before. The only difference is that our fingers are interlaced. Okay, relax your head if you need to bend your knees, you're here. Push the elbows down, relax your head. 3, 2, and slowly release your knees to the mat. Take a moment, sit your bum to your heels, take your hands back by your feet, and rest your forehead down. And just stay here for a few breaths. Stay in your child's pose. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Let's make our way back into your downward facing dog. Okay, tuck the toes, Adho Mukha, down dog. So we'll take this left knee, we're gonna hug it into your chest. Squeeze that knee, you're in your downward dog. Inhale, come forward a little bit to tap your left knee to your left tricep, and then exhale, bring it back. Squeeze that knee into your chest. 2 more times. Inhale, here we go. Tap the knee. Exhale, bring it back. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale. You're in your single leg down dog. Knee is squeezing to your chest. Inhale. Go ahead and straighten this left leg up to the sky. We'll exhale, bend the knee. Open the hip, and then if you want to take that rock star, let's go ahead and flip the dog. Okay, only if that makes sense today, but it is a nice counter stretch to that hip flexor work. And then as we inhale, slowly come back, find that 3-legged dog. Lift your left leg. And as we exhale, we'll step to the outside of your left pinky finger and take your back knee to the ground. And just pause here. Let's go ahead, make sure your hands are inside the foot. Lift your head and heart. Inhale like an upward dog. Exhale, come onto your elbows. Nice deep breaths here, because it's just a major, major stretch. And I'm sorry, I forgot this part. So if you come down to your outside elbow first, and you might just stay here, okay? If that's, you can stay on your hands also, yeah? Otherwise, if this is all good, you bring the inside elbow down too. Maybe rock a little to the outer front foot here. And then let's come back up to your hands. Inhale. Okay, so you can come off so sometimes I'll scooch this back knee back just a little bit, because when you bend the knee, you want to make sure that you're not on the kneecap. So you could stay right here. I'm going to move my knee back a little bit. Okay. You can also reach this left hand up and just find your twist. Maybe reaching back to try to find the foot. And maybe you even catch the foot. So maybe you do find the foot. And if so, you can start to pull it a little bit closer to your bum. And just be mindful not to dump your hips down. So keep everything active. You can rotate a little to the left if you like. And then just slowly start to come on back. Hands are down. We'll tuck your back toe, lift your knee, and then slide this left foot back, and we'll spin your heels to the right. Okay, left hand up. So here's the modification. Right knee is down. Okay, otherwise your right foot is crossed behind or underneath your left. You'll take a deep breath in. Exhale, pull your right knee through and tap it with your left hand. 1, inhale, step back. Exhale, tap. 2, inhale, step back. Exhale, tap. 3, inhale, exhale, 4. 1 more. 5, inhale, side plank. Exhale, come back to your plank. Maybe you take a vinyasa. Maybe you take a child's pose. Coming back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Inhale, look toward the top of your mat and step, walk, or jump to a seat. Whew, very nice. Let's go ahead and lie down on your back. So we'll go ahead and move toward our closing sequence. Setting it up here for your bridge pose, taking your feet hip distance apart. So we'll do 2 rounds. That way you can come into your low bridge, maybe the first time in the high bridge if you want, or you can do the same thing both rounds, up to you. Hands by your hips here if you're into your low bridge, hands by your ears if we're coming into your high bridge. Okay, as you're ready, inhale, lifting up. So wherever you are, push down through your feet, Push down through your hands. Roll your shoulders off your chest, onto your back. If you're in the low bridge, see if you can interlace your fingers to come underneath you. If you're all the way up, get those shoulders on your back. And then for everybody, knees reach forward, hips reach up, heart reaches back. We're here for 3, 2, exhale. Slowly release yourself all the way to the mat. Take your feet together, knees out wide, right hand to your belly, left hand to your heart. Take a beat. And then we'll do that again. Inhale, root your feet, hip distance apart. Make a choice with your hands. They're by your hips or they're by your ears. When you're ready, inhale, pressing through your feet, pressing through your hands as you lift the lower body, middle body, maybe whole body up. Reach the knees forward, reach the hips up, reach the heart back, relax your head and neck. We're here for 5, 4, 3, deep breaths, 2, and 1. Slowly making your way all the way back to the floor. Take your feet together, knees fall out wide. Take a beat here. Right hand to your belly, left hand to your heart. Find your breath. And then as you inhale, go ahead and bring those knees back together and lift the knees so they come right up over your hips. Extend your arms out to the side. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let the knees fall a little bit to the left, just a little bit. Inhale, come back to center. A little bit of core work here. Exhale, let the knees fall a little bit to the right. Okay, inhale, come back to center. Use your abs. As you exhale, let them fall a little further to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, let them fall a little further to the right. Inhale, center. Here we go, one more round. Exhale, a little further to the left, but not all the way down. Inhale, center. Use those abdominals. Exhale, a little further to the right, nice and slow. Inhale, center. And this time as you exhale, let them come all the way down to the left. Gonna melt that right shoulder blade into the mat and look towards that right hand. And really deepening your breath. Inhale, bring those knees back up over your hips. Exhale, send them all the way over to the right this time. Let your left shoulder blade melt into the mat. Look towards that left hand. Deepening your breath. Keep plugging your belly button back toward the spine to protect your lower back. And then as you inhale, bring these knees back up over you. As you exhale, give yourself the biggest hug. Like really squeeze those legs in. And then we're just gonna set up for a little shoulder stand here. So you're welcome to just come into your candlestick. You're welcome to roll the hips back and grab onto just the lower back here, which would be your modified shoulder stand. Okay, so your legs are like at a 45 degree angle. So this is a modified shoulder stand. Or we take the hands all the way up towards the shoulder blades, like as far up as possible. And we align the legs up over the hips. keeping all the weight in the upper back, so not in your neck at all. You're pushing down through your upper arms, rolling the shoulders onto your back, keeping the legs active, plugging the belly button in, and look either toward your big toes or your belly button, or down the shaft of your nose. And we'll slowly let the toes lower all the way toward the back of your head, the back of your mat. If the toes touch, interlace your fingers. So only if the toes touch. If they don't, keep your hands on your back for support. You've got to lift your thighs and stay long through the back of your neck. Move your shoulder blades down your back. Squeeze your triceps into the mat. 3, 2, and then slowly bend those knees and begin to roll it out, one vertebrae at a time. Come all the way back to the floor and lower all the way down. So extending those legs all the way down to the floor. Take a moment, let your hips find their way back to the mat, and then just roll the right hip up, slide your right hand underneath your right bum, and then roll your left hip up and slide your left hand under your left bum. Just getting my mic out of my way here. And then palms are down. Okay, pressing through the forearms. So we've been doing this all class, right? Press through the forearms, root to rise. Lift your heart. Okay, so you're opening up through the throat, letting the head drop back. Point your toes, make sure your legs are super active. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lift your head. Go ahead and release yourself back to the mat. Release your hands out from underneath you. I'm going to go ahead and grab your knees and just give yourself a little rock, okay, from side to side. And let's take your feet back to the mat and just set them down as wide as your mat so your knees are bent. And then just let the knees go left and right and extend your arms out and just windshield wiper the legs. And then coming back to center, extend your legs forward, point your toes, relax your eyes down, turn your palms to face up, and come into your Shavasana, your final rest. And I'll call you back very soon. So just taking a moment to come back to a nice deep breath in and a long breath out. And take the arms up overhead. Just hook your thumbs. Get a nice big full body stretch here. And as you exhale, you can hug those knees into your chest. Maybe even lifting your nose to your knees. And we'll gently rock over onto the right side of the body, just using the inside of your right arm as a pillow. And we'll press our way up to a seat, coming here into Sukhasana together. Resting the hands down on the knees. Let's take the first finger and the thumb together, just closing your eyes down. And just inviting Spirit, the universe, your higher knowing to guide you and direct you in regard to where a perspective shift or a perception shift or a flipping of the script might benefit you, might be enjoyable for you, helping you create, write, and manifest the story of your sweetest soul desires. Let's take our palms together, hands coming to the heart to close this practice together. And taking a nice deep breath in as we prepare to Om out. We'll bow our heads forward, honoring this day, blessing it all, pronouncing it good. We say thank you, thank you, thank you, and namaste. Thank you all so very, very much. If you have any questions about today's class, please feel free to reach out. I'm happy to answer. Remember, it's a progression. We're building strength. It's a process. Just do your best, okay? Just keep showing up to your mat. You'll get stronger. Your practice will improve. Your life will improve. And what more? I mean, how does it get any better, right? All right, you guys have such a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.